Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show live. How are you and you and you and you? Hope you guys are doing well. And I hope you are ready for an amazing show with an amazing guest. Lacey Carpenter is here. She's a multi-instrumentalist. She's a champion fiddler. She's a speaker. She is a singer-songwriter. She's an author, and that's just the short list. I thought I was busy with all my titles. Good to see everybody here. She's going to join us in just a minute, live and direct from Nashville, which is really, really cool, the heart of music in America these days. Really cool place to be. I have a lot of friends that are in Nashville who are in the recording industry, and so many people have moved there because it's just, it's always been known for great jazz and country and so much more, but it's just become such a hub for artists and such a creative community continually. So Lacey is there live from Nashville. She's going to join us in just a second. How's everybody doing? On this show, we are very viewer-centric, so we like to welcome everybody. We like to greet everybody. We had a very, very busy day here. I was on the air with my professional work hosting radio shows pretty much throughout the entire day, interviewing a lot of different people, and then getting this show ready for tonight. And we have some amazing guests that are coming up throughout the weekend. And we've got a really cool thing we're doing on Sunday, which is a foodie festival host chat. We're going to do our show on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. So a lot of people have already done this, which is really cool. We love this. The Lovities, the viewers who are our Lovities, they've been sending food pictures. And we're going to show them during the course of the show because we're going to have a food festival host chat this Sunday. Our show will be earlier. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific live. Host chat and food festival. We're going to have food here. And you guys are sending pictures of really cool foods that you guys have made and that you love, and recipes as well. Somebody's sending a cookbook. So we've got a bunch of those. You can still do that if you'd like to. The cutoff is midnight Eastern time on Saturday night. So we have to receive your photos, recipes, and all of that by midnight this Saturday, Eastern time. So we have enough time early Sunday morning to load everything in and upload it to our system so we can show it all during our fun show, the Host Chat Foodie Festival we're doing exclusively here. This gang loves to talk about food. I enjoy it too. So we're going to have a whole show based on cool recipes, food we all love. I'll have food here too we're going to be showing and that we've whipped up. It's going to be really cool. So we're going to have a fun show on Sunday. And again, I hope you guys are doing well. We have an audience literally all around the world, which is really cool. This is our 19th week. We've done almost 150 episodes live every single night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, on YouTube and Facebook at Jim Masters TV. We invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the YouTube channel as we continue to focus on that, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our incredible series episodes. A lot of people do like to watch the show live because we are interactive with our viewers, so you can comment, you can ask questions during the show, but there's a lot of people that also watch the series afterwards in the archives. All of the episodes are archived at Jim Masters TV on YouTube. So if you ever miss anything, or you really want to watch an episode again, or you want to binge, you can do that by going to the YouTube channel. If you're not able to join us live, and the views that we're getting on YouTube are extraordinary for these episodes, which is really cool. That's why we're here. It's all positivity, levity, or lovity as we created here on the show. Now, of course, we always toast our guests and our viewers, and we start with the viewers. So we've got our little drink here in our martini glass, but this is just Trader Joe's organic iced tea lemonade. That's all it is. I know it looks a little bit stronger than that, doesn't it? That's what it is, and it's pretty cool, and it's really delicious, actually. We should make Trader Joe's a sponsor of this series, shouldn't we? Our entertainment lifestyle talk show series. So we toast to you and you and you and you, everybody all around the world. Thanks for joining us tonight. We hope you had a good day. Hope things are well for you and yours. If not, No need to fret, because this is the place to be excited and positive and happy. And somebody that carries that through is one of our cast of characters here. This is, you know who it is? It's George Burns. There he is with his hanky. He's got his nice handkerchief there, the red. He's got his cigar. And look at him. He's looking at you. He's coming in close this time. He sees all of you. He greets all of you and he says hello. These are our cast of characters that have become really a part of our show. Initially, they weren't going to be a part of the show, but our lovedies, our viewers love them, so they want them here. And Jeannie's in there. You see her? You got to move quick, because she moves quick. She's looking right at you, blinking. She's there. And, of course, we got another cast member here. Really, really cool. Silver. Yeah, Silver's here. Silver says hello. Got him on a TV shoot in Europe and Switzerland, and he's here every night, and he greets you. There he is. Here's looking at you, huh? He sees everybody, checking things out. He's always here just to make sure that everything is, operating according to plan and that we stay on schedule. Although with this show, there's, I don't know, the schedule we initially started with always gets thrown out the window. Jimmy's here. Hey, if that doesn't put a smile on your face, then you might know you need to go see a doctor, probably a funny doctor. He's here. He waves hello. Look at that face. Cutie, huh? He was a childhood toy, and he's still with us. So he hangs out down there with Silver, and George seems to like to hang out with Jeannie. And one more with Love from Dream of Denver. Wonderful actress, producer, and radio station owner. She lives in West Virginia. She is the wife of Bob Denver. You know who Bob Denver was, right? Bob Denver played Gilligan on Gilligan's Island, and also in the series Dobie Gillis. She sent this. She saw the set. She said, I love the cast of characters, because she was a guest on our show. And she says, you're missing something. And I said, what could we possibly be missing on our set here? What do we have room for? What else? She said, you got to have Gilligan. So she sent Gilligan our way. And there he is, Bob Denver. And there you can see, aloha, Jim, Dream of Denver, Bob's fabulous wife. So even Gilligan's on the set. So how's everybody doing? We like to greet our audience quickly here and say a hello. We try to get to as many comments as we can. We can't always get to all of them in a row, but we try to get to as many as possible. Christine is here. Good evening, Jim and Lovedies. We're looking forward to an entertaining conversation and amazing music from Lacey Carpenter tonight. Yeah, she's very, very excited. This is really an exclusive to have her here on the show. She and I have been chatting for the last couple of weeks, putting it all together, and we're excited to welcome her to the show. Again, live from Nashville. Christine, good to see you in North Carolina. Renee is here from Iowa. Hi, Jim and everyone. Hope you're doing well, Renee. Good to see you as well. Merlin is reporting for duty. Hello, all lovedies, and Jim as well. And she's in Innerkip, Ontario, Canada. You're going to be treated to fantastic conversation, levity and lovety, and music here on the show tonight. Bernadette Vidal. Love that name. Hi, Jim and Lovedies in Lovedy Hall. Sorry I missed last night, but it was virtual back to school night. Yes, that's very important. Check out the episode last night with Daniel Kainer, live from London. Wow. Not only was it filled with music and great conversation, the humor, we were laughing. We were in stitches the whole time, Daniel and I. Very funny episode. Check that out. And the episode before with Broadway star Donna Vivino, who was in Cats and Wicked and Les Miserables and so much more. Check that out. That was the night before. Good to see you, Bernadette. Linda, good evening, Mr. Lovedy. Good evening, Lovedies. Nice to see you there in St. Augustine in Florida. And good to see you as well, Mary. Welcome. Avril Britton is watching in Britain. United Kingdom, good to see you as well. Sending lots of lovely today to you and yours. And as you can see, the hair is really getting long, huh? Very, very long. Haven't had it cut since March. Good evening, Jim and all the lovedies. Good to see you guys. And Wozniak, wonderful to see you. Ernestine Webb is here. Hi, Jim and all lovedies. She's in North Carolina. And Renee Katz is here. Hello, Jim, and all of you lovedies. She's in the Midlands of Flushing in Queens, New York. Good to see you, Rini. Carla is here once again from South America, from Brazil. Nice to see you, Carla. Hooray, Jim and gang. Now you're talking. We're going to have a good time tonight. Love it. Lovity. Nice to see you, Carla. I know you've really been enjoying all these episodes we've been working hard to create every night. Crystal Nolan is here. Hi, Jim and everyone. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to a night of amazing music, conversation, and lovity. I love that. I love that. And nice. More comments coming in. Everybody greeting each other, which is nice. And Kathy Short says, good evening, Jim and lovities from Cleveland. Nice to see you as well. And thank you very much. You changed your profile photo in honor of your mom's birthday yesterday, her first one in heaven. That's very touching that you did that. It's a beautiful shot too. Prayers to you and your family. The 1-year anniversary of her passing in a few days. Yes, we will. We will join you and lovities in a toast to your mom. And from all of us here at the Jim Masters Show Live. And thank you for sharing that with us as well, Bernadette. I know it's a tough time, and then here come the holidays too on top of it, and what a year it's been all the way around. Mary Bishop, cheers from Crystal. Marilyn in Wichita, Kansas. Hello, Jim and all the lovities. Good to see you, Marilyn. Gloria is here. Hello, lovities. Good to see you as well. We appreciate that. Cheers and cheers. Yes, last night was hilarious, wasn't it, Merlin? Cheers and cheers. Everybody cheering and toasting each other. And Kathleen Walker watching in New York City. Hi, Jim. Hi, everyone. Good to see you as well, Kathleen. And Rainy Katz loves Trader Joe's too. Really good stuff. I know, me too. And cheers, Jim and lovities. And Christine says, hi, cast of characters. Hi, sweet Gilligan. That's really, really cool. Mary, Ernestine, Merlin, Bernadette. Oh, our pleasure. And Renee, all cool stuff. All right, we're excited to get right to our fantastic guest because she's in Nashville. She's got everything ready. Everything is tuned up. Everything's ready to go. But first, we're going to introduce you to her. She's quite amazing and multi-talented is really an understatement when you describe our very special guest, Lacey Carpenter. Again, she's coming to us live and direct from her home in Nashville. She is a Texas native, though, but calls Nashville her home these days. She grew up singing and playing all types of music and instruments, but the violin and fiddle won out. Her classical violin background spurs on her creativity and her passion for country, Celtic, rock and roll, and bluegrass as well. She graduated from Stephen F. Austin with her degree in music education and specialization in violin performance, with an MS in psychology. She also teaches private lessons in many musical crafts, writing courses, psychology on a collegiate level. She also performs globally as well. Lacey, she studied with Dr. Jennifer Dalmas, and also with moves like the flying high and fiddle on back, Lacey gives performances literally like no other. I was taking a look at some of her video work, and it's really, really cool. And when she performs, you know, everybody's on their feet. Everybody feels really good, and the places sell out, which is really cool. Just like the fine fiddlers before her, and she's a champion fiddler as well, but also multi-instrumentalist. She plays a lot of different instruments, and she has several surrounding her right now. She keeps the sound honest and true to form, yet has the ability to cut loose either on her 4-string acoustic or her 7-string fretted Markwood Viper electric violin. That's really cool. And it's been said that she is the female Doug Kershaw and the artist to watch out for. Lacey is the winner of 12 East Texas Music Awards, but the ones she is most proud of are Fiddler of the Year, 2012 through 2014, 2016, and 2017. And in 2015, Lacey was awarded the ETX Bluegrass Act of the Year. She's also been blessed to be nominated for a Josie Award, Folk Song of the Year as well, and Bluegrass Artist of the Year. And in 2008, she was named World Champion Fiddler after competing with over 500 incredible fiddlers. She has been able to grace the stages too with many: Mark O'Connor, Mark Wood, Judy Hyman, Jonah Fitzgerald, so many others, and Jimmy Fortune. Lacey has also opened her hope for high-profile artists too, like Jimmy Fortune and Cherry Holmes, Mark O'Connor, Mark Wood, and Eileen Ivers. She's toured internationally as a classical violinist and fiddler in Austria, Germany, England, Ireland, and she's had the great honor of performing for the Archbishop and Prime Minister of Austria. Lacey was concert master of the Led Zeppelin Symphony and lead singer in the Led Zeppelin choir, performing with Mark Wood, Laura Kay, Chuck Bontrager, Joe Deszenzon, and Tracy Silverman, too. She is the fiddler for hit songwriter Jerry Vandiver and tours regularly. Lacey was part of the 9 symphonies and now is a soloist for many symphonic bands, choirs, and orchestras too. And she's recorded with Lauren Grant of the DFW area, and that's available for purchase. Also, she's recorded with awesome fiddle riffs in the wonderful original works of David Allen's album. She does regular session work at Jay's Place Recording Studio for Gary Gentry and Dan Hagen. And her vocal stylings are said to be traditional and rootsy, yet eclectic in nature. Her songwriting paints a picture of each story, and her song Standing in the Rain is the #1 requested song in Virginia. Wayne Moss, who of course worked with Roy Orbison, Dolly Parton, Charlie McCoy, Chet Atkins, produced her first album, Nothing Is Real, where she wrote all the music and arranged Wayfaring Stranger, which will be part of Moss's new album, coming soon. Really cool stuff, huh? She's multi-talented in so many different disciplines, and again, we are so happy and excited to have her here on the show. And everybody's already saying welcome, 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 and that she is a lovety, and she absolutely is. And we'll show some of the welcomes as we welcome her to our show here, live and direct from Nashville, Tennessee. Lacey, welcome to the show. It's good to see you. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Spectacular. I'm glad that this came to fruition here. You and I have been talking about this for a while and putting it all together and taking a look at dates and mapping it all out. And so cool that you could join us here on the show.
Oh, thank you so much for asking me. You make me sound like I have some talent. Thank you for that intro.
My pleasure. My pleasure. We do our research here at the show, that's for sure. But I tell you, you've accomplished so much, and you've got your hands in so many different things, which is really, really cool. Let's talk a little bit about how you first got started. Were you surrounded by musicians and singers within the family, or are you the only one that broke out?
I'm really the only one that broke out. My mom took me to all these concerts and just really played everything from AC/DC to Bach and Beethoven and everything in between. And I just fell in love. It was like music came to me. I didn't choose music. Music chose me.
Yes.
And that's exactly how I've just sort of gone about my whole life and my whole career.
That's fantastic. And everybody's saying you're a lovety now. You're a lovety.
Aww,
and
thank you.
Tiffany Lauren watching as well, and she's a great friend. Yeah, she's awesome. She's a great friend, and we've known her for a long time. And she was a guest on the show too.
I saw that. It was awesome.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. And you're a lovety now. See, London, Florida.
Thank you.
I knew it. I told you. I said you're going to be a lovety. And Tiffany says Lacey is amazing.
Thank you.
Welcome from Maryland and Wichita, and just it's unbelievable. It's so many
my
great
goodness.
ones. Happy Thursday. Hi, Tiffany. Good to see you. Amazing career. Christine says, Lacey, welcome to the Jim Master Show Live. You are now a lovety.
Yay, thank you.
Lacey, welcome to Lovety Hall. And Merlin says her dad played the fiddle, but not of your caliber.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
That is
Playing fiddle is the
funny.
best.
Yes. I studied violin when I was a kid in school, violin, which was, it's not an easy instrument to necessarily master. You really have
No,
to, yeah.
I don't
Well,
think anyone really masters the violin. It just, you become a master, but it changes so much, and that's what's so great about it.
absolutely. Renee Katz, who's a cabaret star, she said
Wow.
amazing career. Uh, Ernestine liked the introduction. Thank you, Ernestine. Anne, hi, Lacey. Love your rendition of Orange Blossom
Oh,
Special.
thank you.
Yep. Welcome, Lacey. Nice to have you here. Renee says welcome. Jennifer Barry says hi, Lacey. Slant the Irish cheers.
Yes,
David
Ireland.
says Lacey is our acoustic jam hero. We all
Oh,
love you.
hey, Dawn.
Yeah, Don's here. And former violin player as well, Renee
Yes.
in Iowa. And Jenna's here. We love Lacey in
Hey,
Texas.
Jenna.
Yeah, perfect. They're all tuning in, which is awesome. So you're there in Nashville, and you were telling me that you went back home to Texas. I mean, you live in Nashville now, but
Yes,
you went back home to the roots in Texas and almost got stuck there, right? In the
I
beginning?
did. I did. So I hadn't had a break since last August, and I worked through the holidays and finally had a week off. It was right after that big tornado that was whew, rough. Let me tell you. And then
You actually went through the whole
I
experience
went.
of the tornado.
Yes, and like it shook my whole apartment building. I'm on the third floor and it was rough. It sounded like a freight train. It came all the way around me and tore everything down except my little apartment building. So um God, divine source, positive vibes protected me. um and so I had that coming, finally I had a week off after that tornado. I needed a break anyway, so I drove home and drove to my mom's place, and I was going to spend a week with her. She also had a spring break. She works at a school in Texas, and so I was just going to rest, and then the world shut down, and Texas shut down about 3 times in the midst of that. So I ended up not even coming back to Nashville until August, and the first week of August. I think I
The,
lost.
the kids from West Virginia University Children's Hospital say,
Oh,
Fiddle on Lacey. They're
fiddle
watching on
on!
YouTube. Hey, gang
Yay!
on YouTube. We love you on YouTube there. And David, Michael Rose, I don't know
Yes,
if you saw that comment.
yes. Hey,
Lacey is
David.
amazing to write with.
Yes, we're co-writers,
That's
and he's an
fantastic.
amazing, amazing co-writer and guitarist.
We love Lacey in Texas. That's Jenna. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. So yeah, they still love you back home in
Yes.
Texas, which is great. When did you move to Nashville? How long ago?
3 years ago, July 4th.
Oh, July 4th. Wow,
July 4th.
you came in on a bang, literally.
I
I tell you.
did.
Wow,
I
Lacey's
wanted to
here. Let's
remember
have
the date.
fireworks.
I expect that every July 4th.
Fireworks, no matter where you
Yes.
go, even if it's Duluth, Minnesota, you want fireworks.
Yes.
So obviously Nashville, as I was saying in the introduction, has become such a hotbed for great music and creativity, and not just even the music industry, just a lot of creativity, and the arts are amazing in Nashville.
Yeah.
Is that what brought you to Nashville, or was there a major project or something you were working on that lured you to Nashville?
I had wanted to move either to New York, LA, or Nashville for since I was a kid, since I was much younger. And I finally decided upon Nashville about 2 years before I moved. So I had planned for 2 years before I moved to Nashville just because I needed to grow a little bit more in my craft. And I love Texas, I love my home. but I needed to push the boundaries and take more risks in my career. And it has been wonderful ever since.
That is fantastic. When you got there, what was like the first project, the first thing that came your way? Was there something that developed quickly, or was there a little bit of a, getting to know people, getting sort of working your way in? Did it take a while, or were there things that were already popping as soon as you got there?
I immediately got a job, so that was really great. And at the Musicians Hall of Fame, which is really great place. It's the Musicians Hall of Fame, not the Country Music Hall of Fame, which I love them both. But they really helped, allowed me to perform at some of their debut things, their award shows. So I was in the lobby just playing away, and that's where I met a lot of people. Met Garth Brooks, session player. I met so many of Garth Brooks players,
Yeah.
and that's where I met Wayne Moss, and I met Fred Foster before he passed away, and I met parts of the Rolling Stones, and I met so many people, Bobby Goldsboro. And through those meetings at the Musicians Hall of Fame, I got to work with Wayne Moss, and that's how that CD came. So it's just really, it came pretty quickly, and it comes all at once. There's either
Yes.
all or nothing, it seems.
It's funny how life works that way. So tell us about the CD. I mean, all of a sudden, there you are, and here comes a CD coming your way. How did that all happen? That's very cool.
Very quickly, again, at first I was going, Wayne Moss. I know Wayne Moss. I know his name, but what did he do? And Roy Orbison and Elvis and you name it, he's worked with them. And for some reason, I couldn't put two and two together until he messaged me on Facebook. And he's on Facebook. He is doing really well, and he's doing amazing things. But he messaged me and he said, "Let's come and jam." And we went and jammed. And he said, I want to produce your first album. And I was going, whoa, what? And it was just so cool to set up with Wayne and his amazing wife, who's an incredible songwriter herself, Dee. And we just worked it all together. We decided to put 7 original songs on there, and one that was an arrangement, but of a public domain. He had heard me play Wayfaring Stranger at the Musicians Hall of Fame, and that's the one he decided that we should rearrange and make it very snazzy, so to say, very bossa nova. And it hit, and I said, I want to call it Nothing Is Real, because is anything real? Or is it just our illusion? Is it just an illusion of things? And that's sort of been my theme since I got here, is nothing is real, but everything is real at the same time.
Right, exactly. What was it for you about the violin that attracted you? And was that the first instrument that you learned? Because you're a multi-instrumentalist, so you have several up your sleeve. But for you, what was that first? And what was it about the violin that really attracted you?
So the violin was my second instrument. And my mom had bought me this baby's grand piano when I was about 3 or 4 years old. And I just sat there and I figured it out. I was like, why do I have this sheet music? Whatever. And I threw it out and I just started playing. And then the piano and I broke up quickly afterward, once she bought me a toy violin, and that was it. I was going to be a violinist, and a classical musician at that.
Right, of course.
And because that's what we do. You think classical music, violin. And then
And did you like classical music?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. I mean, there are days when I'm going, "Oh, what is that little thing in my head?" And it's Vivaldi, or Bach or Beethoven.
Well, did you hear they said that there was a study, I think I heard it last year, and because you're a music educator as well, that if kids listen to 12 minutes of classical music, of any kind of classical music per day, it actually raises their IQ.
There's been many studies about that. And yes, I think it's true. I mean, I think there needs to be a little bit more, coming from a psychological standpoint, I think there needs to be a little bit more study, on that. But I do believe it does calm children, it regulates heartbeats, and it causes them to think outside of that proverbial box that so many people put them in.
That's right, exactly. That's right. So you were saying the violin, the classical, and then take us from there.
Oh, well, then freshman year came in high school, and I had a chance to be in the fiddle group. And I was going, should I? Is it a sin to play fiddle while I play violin? And the style, because the only thing that's different about the violin and the fiddle is the style.
You're right.
The moment I played Boil Them Cabbage Down, I was sold. I was Devil Went Down to Georgia. Give me a golden fiddle. Let's do this.
Bring it on. Bring it on. I'm ready.
Bring it on. And from then on, I was going, okay, I have something called stick it to the man syndrome. So I was going to go and get my classical degree while my heart was in every other genre possible. And
that's cool. Yeah. So you had you had sort of like a journey. You had a path. You knew sort of what you wanted to do, though a lot of it came at you quickly, huh?
Yes. And that path, now, you always think that path is going to go straight. It doesn't. It goes like this. And then you're going, oh, yeah. That's what I wanted to do in the first place.
Right. Yeah. Comes like full circle sometimes, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Catherine says, Lacey is our Texas rising star.
Hi, Catherine.
Bernadette says music helps math skills, too.
Yes, it does. Maybe not mine.
Music soothes the soul, which is very true. Linda says that in Florida, and it is a balm, absolutely. So classical, but of course you play just about everything, right? Rock and roll, you love Celtic, you like country, you have a good mix of styles, right?
Yeah, I do. And that really comes from when you grow up and what your parents are playing on the radio and what they force you to listen to sometimes. And you're going, I really don't like it, but I'm going to learn to appreciate it.
Right.
And that's the main thing when I teach as well. You don't have to like it, but you have to learn to appreciate it.
So what were, as you were sort of, developing your talent and things were developing for you, who were some of the people and what were some of the music and maybe mentors or musicians, artists that you aspired to, that you enjoyed, that you looked up towards?
So many. The very first one was Burt Bacharach.
Oh, yeah. Legend, yeah.
Yeah. And I went to a concert when I was 9 years old, and I screamed out, I'm going to be you when I grow up. And then everybody scattered because they didn't want to sit beside some random 9-year-old child who wanted to be like Burt Bacharach.
Do you know the way to San Jose? Or
no, but yeah, I know the song. If someone drives me, no. I fell in love with his craftsmanship. Yeah. And that's the reason why I wanted to be a songwriter, was because of him. So he was the very first.
Did you ever write to him and tell him that?
Actually, I got to interview him for my book. I'll be all selling my book around here.
Yeah, let's see that.
Profile of a hit songwriter. It's by me and my co-writer, one of my co-writers, Thornton Klein, who's a hit songwriter in his own right and author. And in this book, we interviewed about 25 different songwriters, hit songwriters, producers, psychotherapists, as well as pediatricians to find a true psychological profile on hit songwriters, if there is one. And yes, we did find one. So you can find this barnesandnoble.com, Target, Walmart.com.
Now, did you, in doing this with some of the, investigative research and study, was there maybe one you can share that you found out that was sort of like a running theme with all of them?
Yes, the running theme was faith.
Faith.
Faith. and spirituality of any type of sort. It didn't have to be one type of faith or one type of spirituality. It could have been faith in yourself, but
Big.
also faith in the design, any type of divine, whether they believed, you know, they were, say they're Muslim or they were Buddhist or they were Christian, Jewish, you know, they were believe in Judaism. It was all about some form of spirituality and faith. And I think that's what people need to know about the entertainment industry, the music industry. We are not, you know, so many people feel we aren't that direction. We aren't spiritual, but we are spiritual in a different sort. And, but that was the main thing was in that profile was spirituality.
Did that surprise you?
Yes, it did. I didn't think it was going to be that.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. They were all given the same questions, and that was the theme, was faith and spirituality.
Did you learn anything about yourself, or did it enhance anything for you as you were listening to some of these masters tell you their stories?
It made me believe I was on the right path. It validated some things for me, but it also made me realize how hard I need to be working every single moment of every single day. No matter if I have, you know, a 70-hour job someplace else, I have to be very conscious about what I'm doing and writing every single day, even if it's a sentence of happy birthday or I love my piano. Whatever you write down, that's something that you're keeping your mind occupied with writing.
Right.
And so ever since then, I think my craft has gone up, you know. I hope it has anyway.
Well, I'm sure. Absolutely. What comes first for you? Is it the singing? Is it the songwriting? Is it being the musician? Of course, teaching and all the rest is big. But if you were to look at those three, singer, songwriter, musician, is the one that you go to first? That you think speaks to you first?
Songwriting, because that is what I wanted to be when I was 9 years old. And
cool.
You know, now I'll always go to my fiddle for everything, but every day I'm trying to write a new song, or I think of something, and that's what's keeping me motivated is the songwriting. It's what I love so much. I love all of it, but really love songwriting.
That's fantastic. So, how much of your time is spent, would you say now, songwriting versus playing or, you know, singing? Is songwriting a dominant part? I mean, and including like during this year where, you know, we're all at home and social distancing and everything. Have you been writing a lot of music?
Yes, I have been writing tons of music. I've been co-writing with some amazing people. You've seen some of my co-writers pop on line saying hello. And I've also been, of course, working with myself. Like I've been taking voice lessons. And through that, we've also been working and honing in on some of the songs that possibly could be the next single that we're working on.
You mentioned that. Yeah, you're like in the process of doing that like now, right?
Right now, yes.
Cool.
It came Saturday. The whole thing just came at me again so fast.
What genre, what style is it?
It's definitely in the vein of Americana, but not so bluegrassy. I have a theme sometimes that I do like to write murder songs, but this is not going to be a murder song. I would say Americana pop.
Yeah.
And very fiddle oriented, but vocal. I will have drums on there, so it's not going to be true grass. And, you know, I'll have keys as well, keyboard. So I would say, to be safe, Americana pop.
Yeah, that covers various. So, do you like being a soloist, or do you really like the accompaniment of other musicians, a band, or even an orchestra around you?
Oh, I love it both. I'll tell you why. Soloing is really cool because you get to the whole stage by yourself. And I love putting a lot of movement in my in my solo shows. So I have a one woman show, a one act show, I should say. And I sing, I play my guitar, I play my 4-string fiddle, I'll play my 5-string NS Design, and I'll play my 7-string fretted Viper. So that way I can really show the audience what I do and who I am. But then when I work with a band and I have, or an orchestra or a choir or anything behind me, oh my gosh, or just with me, I should say with me, not behind me. That is incredible. You feed off of each other's energies and the chemistry, and it's just pow right with the audience, and really really ties in the audience because I'm playing and I'm performing and we all are for the audience. They are the reason why we play music and sing music. Without the audience, I'm playing in my apartment, which is nice, but the audience is the reason why we play music. They are the most important thing for us as musicians.
So are you really missing the audiences right now? Like a lot
Oh,
of the artists and friends of mine
yes.
that I've talked to, everybody is, yeah,
It's so
is,
sad. I miss
I know.
everyone. I miss performing. I actually had a gig lined up and then Texas shut down again. And I was going, no.
Where were you going
I
to be?
miss
What were you
it.
going to be doing?
I was going to be at M6 Winery. It's a little local winery in East Texas, and I was going to perform my new original songs, and I was going to play my fill, and we were going to do a jam session. And I had so many people coming, and then they the day of shut down Texas again, and I was not happy.
Renee Katz in New York City, who is a brilliant cabaret performer. She says, I love the process of what leads up to the performance as much as performing. When it comes together, it feels like an amazing accomplishment, especially if you get across all the feeling and the message you were hoping for. That's the best. I imagine it's
Yeah,
the same for you, isn't it, Lacey?
it is leading up to it. Now that we're all, we're musicians, we're not just training. We're not children anymore. We're not just training, practicing for a concert. We are going through a process, and that process is emotional, and it's beautiful to watch this like this flower
Yeah.
blooming.
Yeah.
And then you get to that performance and you go, this is what I worked for.
This
This
is
is
what
what I
it's all.
work for every day.
Hmm.
Yes, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. It's cool too, right? When that realization, no matter what you do in life, when that realization hits you, like I'm in my zone. This is what all that blood, sweat, and tears and toil and everything that you went through to get to that level, to get to that point. This is what it's all about. It's very hard to even put that in words. It's such a feeling, isn't it?
It is. It is a feeling, and it is like you said. It's hard to describe it because it's so internal but external,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
it's like how we breathe.
Exactly. Do you want to show us some of the instruments that you have there? We got
Sure.
photos and a whole bunch of stuff we'll take a look at, but maybe show us some of the fabulous instruments, and then maybe you want to
Yeah.
treat us to something.
Sure. So
So what do we have there? Ooh.
this is my fiddle. His name is Stuart. Yes, I name all
Oh,
my
you have the
instruments.
names. I like that.
um, this is Stuart because it was Stuart Duncan's old fiddle. And if you're familiar with the fiddling world, you know how important Stuart Duncan is to the world. And this is a very special fiddle for me because I got Stuart right before I moved to Nashville, and I put a down payment on it, and then I was going to pay it out. And somebody called the violin shop here in Nashville and paid Stewart off anonymously. So if you're the person who paid off Stewart and you're online, thank
Wow.
you.
Wow. Somebody that believed in your talent.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Do you know that happened to Carol Burnett too? Some mysterious man
No.
left money, I think, in an envelope or something like that, and was able
Wow.
to get her. She's originally from Texas. Got her
Yes.
to California, and that's
Wow.
ever the rest is history. And it was a anonymous donor who believed in her, and that's just a gift from above, right?
It
That
is.
that person was inspired to gift you so you can
Mhm.
create and inspire others. It's
Absolutely.
all connected, right?
It is. It is. And it's just so grateful and so blessed. Um,
Absolutely. So you're going to
yeah.
bless us with some beautiful material right now. What are you going to play for us now?
I'm going to play my favorite fiddle tune. I always start with this one. It's called Gold Rush.
All right.
Woo!
And that was just the warm up. Oh my
That was just
God.
the warm up.
Oh my God. You don't have to go to a gymnasium or fitness club. That was enough right there. Holy cow. That's and that you were just tuning it, right?
Yeah, that was just my
That was
tuning,
just the
guys.
tune. Wow. That's incredible. That really no wonder why
Thanks.
you're the world champion. I mean, it's a the comments coming in, toe tapping for sure.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Claps, claps, clapping along. I'm dancing in my living room now.
Oh,
Yeah, clapping along.
good.
Yeah, the comments are coming in so fast that it's hard to even keep up with them. It's hello, and Bernadette heard the Carol Burnett story, right?
Oh,
Where somebody
yeah.
gifted her dancing in the living room. That is awesome, Lacey. God
Oh,
bless.
thank you.
You play that with so much happiness, which is really true. You could see it in your eyes. You're all in with it. You're in your zone. Very amazing, Lacey. That was
Thank
awesome.
you.
Amazing. Claps and
Oh,
hearts, claps and hearts, claps and hearts. That's great music. It's touching when you see all this, huh?
it's so wonderful. Thank y'all so much. You're making
Ah,
my
yeah.
year. You're making
It,
2020.
well, this is the Jim Masters Show live, and this is Lovity Hall. It's all Lovity.
Oh, it
Lovity on
is.
this
I can
show.
feel it.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
feel it.
I know you. If you weren't feeling it when we started, you'll definitely feel it by the time it's over. And guess what? More. They want more, of course.
More.
Do you have something else you want to share?
Oh, of course. So I
Yeah.
saw someone was dancing in their living room. So I'm going to
Yes.
give them something to dance with. This is a waltz, and it's called the Gypsy Waltz.
Cool. Bravo,
Thank
bravo. That
you.
was incredible. You really have a good time doing that, don't you? You could see
I
you just
do.
especially when you the final note, you just the smile is like I think you don't even need a sun. I think when it's cloudy and
Oh,
rainy, just you walk outside and boom. That's
oh,
cool. That's cool that you have
thank
such
you.
passion and you're I mean really you are extraordinarily talented with it, Lacey.
Oh,
I can
thank
see
you,
why.
Jim.
Kathy Short says beautiful waltz.
Thank you.
Kathleen in New York City says terrific. Merlin in Canada, you're so emotional when you play. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Thank you, Lacey.
Oh, wow.
Crystal's in Connecticut. She says very incredible talent. Renee Katz in New York City. This is beautiful thrills and all. See gypsy dancing. Jennifer, who was dancing in her living room before, dancing the waltz in me living room. Thank you,
Yes,
Lacey, she says. And
love it.
Renee in Iowa, double hearts. Marilyn in Wichita, Kansas, so amazing.
Wow.
Bernadette says, how poignant. Linda in Florida, so smoothly played. Feel the levity. Bernadette says, Lacey, you're so sweet.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Ernestine in North Carolina says, awesome. Francis, claps, claps, claps. A lot of levity here. This is cool.
Wow.
Yeah. The audience on our show is very responsive, and I'm very,
Yes,
like you, with my professional work, in television, radio, and with this show, I really like to feed off the energy of others and back. So with this show, the viewers watching, I always like to bring them in, have the guests see the
absolutely.
comments. We're all involved because, they're making the investment of time of watching the show and we're here together talking and conversing, learning about each other and entertaining. And I love it when they get a chance to express themselves like that. And I get to see it, which fills my heart. You get to see it, it fills your heart. It's a really
Does.
cool train we're on, right?
Absolutely. I want to be on here every week.
Oh,
Oh no, we froze.
so that's such a nice compliment to her, Jim, about her being like the sun. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so used to television and radio stations and stage and everything. It's weird when Wi-Fi freezes.
Yeah.
When Wi-Fi freezes, it never freezes when you're smiling.
Right.
It
Right.
freezes when you're going,
You know.
the worst shots, like, and it stays there for a minute and a half.
It wants
And
to humble you. It wants to humble all of us.
right. It's like the photo the photographer takes when you're doing headshots, the one you want to burn in the fireplace.
Right.
The world gets to see it when Wi-Fi freezes.
Yes.
I think there's always somebody in there that's playing with the Wi-Fi around the world, and just
I think so.
some kid presses a button and says, "Let's stop it now, and let's make
Yeah.
fools of all those people worldwide on the internet." Um, you want to play something else too? And
Of course. Yeah. Let's do some Celtic music, yeah?
oh yeah, cool, cool. We just had all the guys, my friends from Celtic Thunder on.
Oh.
Yeah, they're friends, and if you go on YouTube, you can see all the interviews with all the guys and Celtic Woman as well.
Yes, love Celtic
Yeah,
women. Yes.
yeah, cool stuff.
Oh,
All right.
okay. Let's
Linda says
do.
we want you. We want you every week.
Oh, thank you.
See, lots of levity.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, let's do a little swallowtail jig.
Really fantastic.
Thank you. I went into Rights of Man a little bit, and then I switched back over because I was
Yeah,
going,
you
oh,
did.
I wanted to do some Scottish in there, and I was like, yeah, I'll just do some Rights of Man.
That's it, right? You were from Ireland right across the channel to the
Yep.
United Kingdom to Scotland.
Yes, Scotland.
Kathy says
Mhm.
Celtic is a favorite of mine, and that sounds
Oh,
great.
thank you.
Jennifer Barry, the one that's still dancing in her living room. Today it's halfway halfway to we still got Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, but she's counting. It's halfway to St. Patrick's Day. 6 months, 180 more days.
Yes.
Well, it's St. Patrick's Day here for you today, Jennifer. Sláinte, thanks for our Irish music, Lacey. Renee gives you a green heart for
Oh,
the
thank
Irish
you.
and claps. And great, my mom would have loved
Oh,
this,
wow.
Francis. And beautiful, Ernestine. Now, do you have any Irish in you? What's your
I
background?
do. I do.
Yeah.
I have some Irish in me, and I've been to Ireland, and I worked in Ireland, and now I'm actually studying at the University of Limerick. And thankfully, ish, I
Yeah.
guess,
Yeah.
thankfully, because of COVID, I can do everything online. And I'm
Yes.
finally getting my master's in ethnomusicology like I wanted to in the first place. And so, due to COVID, I'm actually pursuing one of my deepest passions of ethnomusicology while I'm getting my doctorates in psychology because apparently I'm nuts.
And I bet you cleaned your closets during all this too, didn't you?
um,
Maybe not.
no.
Doctorate, masters with those closets. We'll deal with those next year.
Yeah, next
No,
time.
no time for
So,
that. No time for
yeah.
that. That's funny. Well, that's what happened with this show too, because this is our 19th week, and like I was saying, I'm a professional television, radio personality, journalist, actor, writer, producer, host, all of that in TV and radio and everything. And I created this show like 19 weeks ago, an entertainment lifestyle talk show series, because I had more time. I was supposed to be in Ireland on a TV shoot, San Antonio, Florida, for my professional work, and that's still, as I mentioned on the air before, it's still in limbo with some of that. So I'm
Hmm.
able to do radio shows out of the house and other professional work, but the video shoots and stuff like that's been because you got to fly and everything else. But so this got created because I had more time. But for years, people wanted me to create a show like this. That
Yeah.
was sort of my own creation, as opposed to working for just the networks and the TV stations, radio stations, and all the places hosting shows that they've created, and which I do and I love. But this sort of was born out of that, which has become something really cool. And then out of going forward with it, even though I've done this work for years, going forward with it, getting, the lights, building a home studio here. This is, at the house. All these people all of a sudden are in our lives now. All these people around the world, you're here, we're doing
Yeah.
this. It's kind of cool. And sometimes it's when you take lemons and you turn it into lemonade, like meaning, like you said, all the stuff that's been going on in 2020, which is extraordinary. The only people that could have scripted it, I've always said, is Steven Spielberg, Stephen King, or Rod Serling from Twilight
Yes.
Zone. But there are people who are creating different things to connect with people and inspire and lift people up. And as you lift others up, you're also lifting up yourself, aren't you?
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
so it's a really cool thing.
It is. I mean, honestly, I'm grateful for this time, even though it has just really thrown us all for a loop in the entire world. And I just, I'm very grateful for this time. I wouldn't be able to be on your show, or, I wouldn't be able to be working on my next single, or going back to school. And there's so much to be grateful for. We have to look at the little things and find the beauty in them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's what a lot of people are saying. And people who've been guests on this show too are saying that they're actually grateful that they've been able to breathe and pause and sort of find their purpose again and
Hmm.
reevaluate and reset. And it's given us an opportunity that is really a beautiful one. Kathleen says, thank you for sharing your talents with us, Lacey. She's loving
Oh,
this.
wow. Thank
That was
you.
fantastic. Like Jim said, Renee Katz says that. Merlin says, have you ever heard Life in the Fiddling Woods?
I haven't, but I need to
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
That
Bernadette
does sound
says,
cool.
how awesome. Anne, who's watching in Southern California. Jennifer is a gem. Oh, she's talking about Jennifer because Jennifer is Zen now that you have played.
Oh,
Because say there she is. Jen is Zen.
Jen is in. Oh,
But she's going to ask you, and I think she already did, and she asks every guest. Now, you're from Texas, you're living in Nashville. I think I might know the answer, but I could be wrong. Um, Her question of all the guests always is, if you have a Zen place, would it be mountains or the ocean? Now, for me, I live along the coast. I'm on the East Coast here, and I grew up on the coast. So we're within a couple blocks of the water and the ocean. So for me, the ocean, I go and it's like my Zen, and I swim it, surf it, kiteboard it, boogie board it. The ocean really speaks to me. It's very centering. But
mhm.
for you, ocean, mountains, mountains are great too.
Mountains, definitely,
You get
especially
you were
in
hoping that,
Colorado.
Jen. Oh yeah, I was on a TV shoot at Red Rocks last year. That's like that's
Oh,
like God's country, isn't it?
it is.
Wouldn't you love
It
to play
is.
there?
I play in Telluride almost every August. Not for the Telluride Bluegrass Festival, but some people hire me out. And oh,
You saw
Catherine,
that,
thank
right?
you. I saw that. Yes. And so I get to play. I do home shows. I do performances in people's homes because that's fun.
Oh, do
And
you really? Oh,
yeah,
that's
that's I
fantastic.
love
Wow.
house concerts. Those are much cooler. I love concerts. I just love the intimacy of a house concert. And
Wow, that's
so getting to
cool.
do that in the mountains of Telluride, you
Mm,
know,
mm, mm, mm.
and
Not
yeah,
bad, not
not
bad.
bad.
Although if you did it like on a Caribbean island,
That wouldn't be so
that wouldn't be
bad,
too bad either. So
if anybody would like to hire me for that.
So like with Donnie and Marie, a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll, a little bit
Yeah,
mountain, a little bit
a little
ocean,
bit ocean.
depending on the gig.
Depending on the gig, absolutely.
That's
I
yeah,
travel, I play and travel. Let's do this,
exactly,
And
exactly. Did you want to play something else too? And
oh, I can. I just pulled it over so it wouldn't
yeah,
fall off my
yeah,
chair.
yeah. What do you have there? Is that the
This
guitar?
is my guitar.
Oh, nice,
My
nice.
sweet Taylor, if you can see Taylor on the thing. There you go. I'm still learning how to do this thing on computer. This Her name is Sparkles because I name all my instruments. And Jim did an incredible introduction of my for me, and he said something about standing in the rain. That is a song that for some reason people have just fallen in love with, and I hope that y'all fall in love with it too. And anyway, this is Standing in the Rain. This is on my CD. Something's changed here. Another love gone wrong. All I want is you near. I look into your eyes. You hide your tears and fears as we say goodbye. That's the way it goes. That's the way it is. But I can't believe you walked away from this and left me standing in the rain. Did you hear my heart break? I choose to sing the blues and put on a smile that's fake. My soul is paper, crumpled, torn, and worn, and floats away in the vapor. That's the way it goes, that's the way it is. But I can't believe you walked away from this and left me standing in the rain. The violins began to sing a sad, sad song as I stood there thinking we belong. Now all I have is the pain of you leaving me standing in the rain. That's the way it goes, that's the way it is. But I can't believe you walked away from this and left me standing in the rain. Now all I have is the pain of you leaving me standing in the rain. That's the way it goes, that's the way it is. But I can't believe you walked away from this and left me standing in the rain.
Really nice, really nice.
Thank you.
That is beautiful. That is really, that's a very moving song, isn't it? Very touching.
Yeah, you know, believe it or not, I was in my former apartment, not where I live now in Nashville when I first moved, and it was pouring down rain, pouring down. And if you know Nashville rain, it is just sheets going sideways. And I saw this man walk out. I'm just watching the rain. And I saw this man walk out and go,
Mm.
and I go, I wonder why he's doing that. And that song was born within,
It's
10
like
minutes.
it's almost like a Jesus position a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It was very just, I was going,
Yeah.
something heartbroken. He's heartbroken,
Yeah.
or he's trying to become one with nature or something. And I had to figure it out. So I wrote about it. I wrote about why I think he's doing it. Oh, thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah. Magical, claps,
Thank you.
multi-talented, absolutely.
Thank
All
you.
beautiful stuff. So would you say that you are, oh, I like this. Christine says, I enjoy how Lacey is showing us so many different styles of music
Oh,
she can play and play well. That's Christine in
thank you, Christine.
North Carolina. And Jennifer says, Lacey, I always go outside and dance in the rain. So much fun.
Oh,
So
good.
she dances in her living room and she dances in the rain. Carla, who's watching in beautiful
Aw,
Brazil, South
wow.
America, she's here every night. Talented and adorable. But I must comment, what beautiful wavy hair.
Oh, thank you.
Who her or me? Because
Both of us.
mine's gotten long. It's usually shorter, like the guy there in the logo in our open. But hey, you know what? I've just let it grow. It's kind of fun, you know what I mean? Just let it grow. It blows in the wind.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Usually I wear a hat too. I know Linda likes the hat. Yeah, Lacey, love you. Shirley.
Oh, thank you, Shirley.
But that's cool. That's very nice of Carla in Brazil to
Yes,
say
thank
that, right?
you.
We love Carla.
Yes.
She's terrific. And so you master that fantastic instrument there, huh? You really, really.
It's always a work in progress for me with guitar, because I only picked the guitar up when I was in college.
Really?
And yes, so not very long ago. Well, I'm still in college. My first time in college. Yeah. Because I needed a little reprieve from the massive classical music and like the violin in general.
It's just
and
yeah.
I needed a break, and mandolin and guitar were what I went to. And and I worked at an Opry, a little hometown Opry, for almost 10 years. And I'm looking at all the Davy Jones.
Davy Jones, that's it.
And
my look changes all the time based on whatever the topic is, whatever. And
well, you're going with the Americana look.
Yeah, we're going for the sort of Nashville.
Vibe.
Yeah, that's what Nashville.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Sort of Florida Georgia line.
If you were right, exactly, and if you were in a gown, then I would do the George Burns look.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I don't do the whole gown thing unless it's a red carpet thing, you know.
One of these days you'll probably be walking that Met Gala. I don't doubt it. You heard it here first, folks.
Yes. My album did get a Grammy nod last year.
Really? That I didn't even have in my intro. Really?
Oh, because it was just a nod. It was a nod.
But still.
There was about 4 females in the Americana realm. And
a nod is better than a no.
A nod is better than a no, but there was only about 4 females, and so I'm hoping that there's always going to be more females in the realm of Americana, or all genres.
That's
but
cool.
I was blessed to be part of that with Nora Jones and Roseanne Cash.
Oh well, that's And I bet their closets aren't folded laundry either. They're busy creating music, and it's what it is. It's what it is.
Yeah. My mom's listening, so she's listening to you. She's understanding that my closet is not clean.
What's her name?
Her name's Sylvia.
Hello, Sylvia. Good to see you, Sylvia. You've got a fabulous daughter, talented, beautiful inside and out, and everybody is loving her, as I knew. That's why I said, would you like to hop on the show? And you were great. You're like, tell me where and when, Jim. Let's do this. And I love that kind of, instant reaction. Hey.
Oh, that's my mom.
Truth. And who's the dog in the picture?
That's my baby. Her name's Piper.
And is there a ball, like a tennis ball or something?
Yeah, she's a big old ball. She has to have these huge balls because, she's 65 pounds. And she's a huge boxer. My mom takes care of her because a 60-pound
that's a biggie.
Boxer,
yeah.
She would not be comfortable in a tiny apartment. So my mom takes care of her, and we FaceTime every night. I FaceTime my dog and my mom, but I FaceTime my dog.
Oh, well, you know how it works on this show. Whenever you talk about food, there's no phone lines, but I would just say the phone lines light up. People love it. And and we've had it with a couple of our guests, there was Donna Vivino the other night. She's, is a Broadway star. She was in Cats and Wicked and Les Mis and all these great things. We had a great show. But her 4-year-old came crashing in to the interview, kind of like you see sometimes in some of those YouTube videos where this politician is trying to do a serious interview and the kid is behind, like, slapping the other kid in the head. But her son just came in and wanted to like chat and wanted to see what was going on. And then towards the very, very end, the way we wrapped everything is that he came back into the room again. He sort of snuck through. Her husband was watching him, but he sort of bolted through the door, came right up to her, and wanted her to leave because he was going to do he's got a little drum set, 4 years old, and he wants to
Yeah.
do a little drum set, and they sit in like these little rows of chairs. And he was going to do it because it was his aunt and uncle's anniversary or something. So she had to go to a very special concert in like the den.
Oh,
But
that's
if
so sweet.
but if you have a child run into the picture, or some of the guests, a dog has jumped up on the
Dog.
lap, or the cat, and you know what
Yes.
happens? You know who becomes the star then? The
Yeah.
dog or the
The
cat.
dog or the cat.
You get all the comments about the dog and the cat, and suddenly the guest is like becomes secondary to the pet.
Yeah. That's good. I want people to love animals. You know, you always can
Yes.
tell like who a person is if they love animals.
Yes.
You know. Now,
Yes.
I'm not keen on spiders. I don't really consider them
Yeah.
animals.
No, that's more insect-like. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's creepy
no.
crawly. I will kill it.
Do you have any strange things there in Nashville that you didn't have in Texas you've come across, or
No, thank goodness. No. Now, bet you something will happen tonight, and I'll be like, Tim, you brought it.
as we're talking live worldwide,
Yeah.
something just
And
drops
then drop
down.
down.
And you're
Like
like,
one of those like fainting iguanas or something.
and then you hear a screech. You'll hear her
Yeah.
hit a high note that you didn't even know you could hit, right?
Yeah.
That
Like,
is funny.
Yeah.
That
But
is,
no,
yeah.
thankfully, nothing too weird yet.
Nothing too weird yet.
No.
Really cool photos we have here too. Love that shot.
Oh, thank you.
Is that like a professional
Oh,
headshot, or is
yeah.
that, yeah, really
Yeah,
nice.
because
Yeah.
this girl cannot do selfies very well. Angela Talley is my photographer, and Lisa Proctor is my makeup artist. So they are my beauty team there.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Yes, it takes a village, right? It's good
Oh,
to be
yes.
surrounded by good people. Absolutely. Another great one. And that one there, I like that shot because you're sort of looking down towards the violin.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a nice, I feel like you're really admiring it. And that's a really cool look that the photographer was going towards there. I really like it. I took photography courses as well, and some of the courses in college. And Lacey's up to something there. I like that. That's a cool shot. That's
you.
like, you rang.
Yeah.
That's a that's a great, great look, a great shot. This one
you.
too, with the
Yeah.
butterflies, huh?
I have my butterfly crown right here above me. I'm not
Oh,
sure
you
if you can
do?
see it. I do. Let's see if I can get it up here. Oh, there we go. Right here. I have it. Look, right here. The butterfly crown.
There it is,
Oh,
there and there.
there it is. The butterfly crown.
Where'd that
I
come
love
from?
it.
Did somebody make it for you? Did you buy it?
Yes, no, my makeup artist, Lisa Proctor, she made it during the for the photo shoot specifically because actually we were doing it because I have an NS endorsement. I think NS endorsed me this last January at the NAMM show, and so I have that endorsement. So go NS, and I needed some promo pictures, and I said I want to go strong female, but also like gypsy 1970s vibe. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly what Jenna Zen would love. See, I
Yeah.
knew it. I knew it. She already chimed in. I love orange monarch
Oh,
butterflies. Yeah.
yes. I love butterflies. I love, I want to say fireflies. I love fireflies. And I
Oh,
love,
yeah, yeah.
you know, I love all the flies except for a real fly and a bee. You know. But I mean, bees do great things for the world, but I don't want them around me.
As long as they're not landing on your head or
Yeah.
on your hand or on your ice cream cone. I
Right.
know. Here's another cool shot of you in action.
Oh, yeah.
And there's that other, that's the other one. That's a cool one. I love that.
Yes, that's my Viper. One of my Vipers.
Now,
Markwood 7 string.
now, did that take a long time to master?
Not really. I started off with a 5 string, and then I had worked with Mark for a while in the Led Zeppelin orchestra, and I realized after I came back from that tour in Ireland that I needed the 7 string just
Yeah,
for teaching purposes, really.
right.
And because that way I can play violin, viola, cello, and bass while I'm teaching with one instrument. I mean, it was perfect for
Exactly.
teaching.
It's all right there.
Yeah,
Exactly. It all
it's right there
serves.
in my hands.
And it's so
And
cool looking too, isn't it?
it's so cool. And it just hangs so I can sing while I
Yeah.
play. It's
Yeah.
great.
That is awesome. Here's another cool action shot.
Oh, yeah, that was right before I went to Nashville.
So you have everything there. Is that a
Yeah.
banjo in the back?
That is a banjo in the back with a mandolin and my guitar. So farther back, if you see it, that's a banjo, which is like, I call it a banjo. It's like a guitar
Okay,
and banjo
yeah. The
together.
one that's facing the TV. Yeah.
That's actually the mandolin, but if I was thinking farther back, sorry.
Oh, the one on the bottom
Um,
right there?
yes.
Yes, I see it. It's like dark brownish, sort of black.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's, wow, that's cool. That is really,
Yeah.
really cool. Multi-instrumentalist is the accurate description. Absolutely. Here's another cool shot too. Again, that's we saw that one. I just still like that
Yeah.
one.
I love that one. Oh,
That's a
yep.
cool one. Now,
That what
was that
yeah,
led
that's
the,
from
the
my
Led
album.
Zeppelin time or
No, no, the Led Zeppelin time was multicolor hair. um, no, that was for my Nothing Is Real album. Do I have one? Yeah, I have one over here.
I just happen to have one right here to the right. There you
Yeah,
go.
I just happen to have one.
Just happen to have one.
Um, and you can see it there. There's part of that, and then the one that you had earlier that you've been putting all the promos is right there, and that picture is on the inside of the CD. This is not open, so I do have CDs. So if anybody wants to buy a CD, you can go to my website, Lacey Carpenter music.com.
Is
And
that one all instrumental or you're singing as
no,
well?
it has Standing in the Rain. It has an instrumental, The Hurt and Waltz that I wrote. It has Gypsy Days and Cute Motels, Have I Lost Me, Nothing Is Real, the title track, Who I Ain't, and Back Together, and of course, Wayfaring Stranger that I arranged with Wayne Moss. And
Very
Wayne Moss is
nice.
playing on it, which is really cool.
Wow, that's like
Um,
a real, you're lucky,
yeah,
blessed,
yeah.
blessed, blessed. So,
Bless.
so this is the photo I mean, this is a spectacular photo. Just the look, the color, everything. The photographer really captured a phenomenal shot here.
Yes,
I mean,
that
that's
is.
that's that's a
Oh,
glamour shot, but yet in a very, it's hard to describe that. It's a glamour shot, but in a very natural, authentic, southern way. It just has it's like there's several things going on there at once. Looking at it from like a photographic eye, it's just got, and your expression too. That's a photo of confidence,
yeah.
confidence in what you do. That's what I see. You're confident in what you do. Um, and
That's
and
one of my
you
favorite shots.
That's a terrific, terrific shot. Yeah, that's why we used it
Yeah.
for the promotional. Is there, you want to play something else for us? Is there something else
Oh,
up your sleeve?
sure.
Something you'd like to?
Oh, let's see if I can do this one. I haven't done this one live in so long. I haven't performed live in so long. I'm going, what do I do?
Do you know every
Um,
single person that's been a guest on the show, whether they sing or they do this or they do that? That's exactly what everybody's saying. So I'm glad we've been able to, facilitate this for you
yes.
and all of us. It's cool.
Everyone, all of us,
Yeah.
let's do,
You
okay,
having
let's
you
see.
having fun, Lacey?
Oh my gosh. That's why I said let's do this every week. Okay. Let's do a little Jesse polka. Let's see if I can do this one.
All right. Holy cow.
Little
That is
Jessie
amazing.
Polka.
I was going to say, if there's any neighbors within 20 miles, they're really getting treated to some fantastic stuff tonight.
The good news, like everybody around, like in my apartment plays music. So half the
They
time there's a
do?
drum set going and there's someone singing on the first floor. There's someone over there on the
Oh, that's
other side of
cool.
me who plays drums. So,
Have
you
you
know, you
ever
can,
like jammed together just by opening the windows?
no.
Could you imagine the whole community? The guy over there is doing the drums, this one's doing the piccolo, you've got the fiddle and the guitar covered.
Yeah, that would be a blast. That would be a blast. But no, we need to. We need
Kind of
to.
like, well, they were doing that. They were doing that in New York City. They were doing that
Yeah.
in Europe,
Italy.
where they were
Oh,
out on the balconies and singing and clapping and doing whatever, you know,
they did. That is
what
amazing.
whatever you could do. Absolutely. Crystal says that was
Oh, thank
fantastic.
you.
Merlin in Canada says I absolutely love your style,
Oh, thank you.
and she wants to know if you also play the zither.
No,
That's probably something
that's something very,
unique,
yes,
niche, very niche. Is there an instrument that you don't play yet that you've always wanted to?
the banjo.
Really? Yeah. So
I
that's
cannot, I can't figure that roll out. I
yeah.
can't, I don't know. It's my thumbs. I,
I think
I can't play with my thumbs. You know, I don't get it. I'm like, I don't understand this rolly thingy. But I don't play harp. I cannot play harp.
harp. That's a
Um,
whole other. Yeah.
well, it's
That's
the inside of a piano, and I
the
always call it the guts of a piano.
basically yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of odd. I'm playing the guts of a piano,
Hmm.
and
But such a beautiful
um,
sound too that it
oh
makes.
my gosh,
Oh
I could never
boy.
be that like angelic. I
It's
don't
just
know.
very.
I mean, you've seen today. I'm high
Yeah.
energy.
Get in
I'm
there and
not
get
quite
it.
sure if I could just be all like chill.
But I bet you do probably you do play some that are more not
Tone
melancholy
down.
but calm down like
Yeah.
love and romance and life and yeah too
Yeah.
as
Oh,
well.
yeah. I like to give it a good balance. You know, you start with a fast one, you go to a slow one, you go to a fast one, you go to a slow one. And with the electronic vibe, of course, the electric usually is more heavy pop. I'll
Right.
do like 5 seconds of summer covers or um, let's see who else. I'm like, who else do I do? Train.
Train
uh,
too. Yeah. Yeah.
um,
How about the
Bee Gees.
cello? Oh, the Bee
I
Gees.
played cello.
Yeah, cello's a great sound too. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
I
a
really
very
love it. Like if I'm going to play cello, might as well just play it on my 7 string fretted Viper. You know, that way it's just there
because it's there.
because it's there.
So on the Viper again, you could play cello. What else can you play on that?
You can play violin, viola, cello, and bass. You have a full orchestra right there at your hands,
Really?
and it's just beautifully made. And my 5 string NS, you can play violin and viola. And of course, violin has been known, like fiddle, you can you detune your instrument. It's called cross tuning, and a lot of old time fiddlers play it, and that gives a new life, a new sound to the fiddle. That like Bruce Molsky, he's one of my favorite fiddlers. He does cross tuning all the time. Judy Hyman, those old time fiddlers, brilliant. And if you haven't heard of them, check them out, and you're
Yeah,
gonna
they're
love it.
the real old
Yeah,
school, the real deal, the
the
pioneers.
real deal. Yeah.
I would imagine you being in that area there, you've been to the Grand Ole Opry and visited. Yeah.
I've been to the Ryman and the Grand Ole Opry. I love the Ryman. That is like the mother church, as they call it. I saw Gillian Welch there, and she is one of my favorite songwriters of all times. And getting to see her, I paid, no joke, $25 to see Gillian Welch at the Ryman Auditorium.
Oh my God.
And And then I saw Charlie McCoy and some really other great artists, up and coming artists as well
Mm-hmm.
at the Grand Ole Opry. So the Grand Ole Opry is different, of course, than the Ryman.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah.
Ryman was the very first Opry.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yep.
Y- Um, is there any individual or group that you would like to collaborate with or wish that you could do a duet with, whether it's an instrumental duet, a vocal duet, others that are out there that are like, oh boy, I would love to record something with him or her, or boy, it was so cool to be on some sort of a thing, a charity event, a TV show, whatever it is, a concert, where I'm duetting with that person or that group. You have some dream people that have always
Oh yeah, I got tons. How much time we
Including
have?
Burt Bacharach. Of course, we'll start with
Yeah,
Burt.
we start with Bert. He's still alive and kicking. He's
Yes,
doing
he
good.
is.
But yeah, start with Bert. Might as well. Alison Krauss. Oh, I love Allison so much. She is incredible. Such a pioneer for women in bluegrass and the world of fiddling. Um, and if we want to go as far as a totally different genre, Bette Midler. And
Yeah.
then we can. I'm like, I wish we could do people who have passed on, like Patsy Cline.
You know, it's
Um,
amazing about Bette Midler's song right now because of the social distancing from a distance. That is so appropriate, that
that
song
is
right
so
now.
appropriate.
From a distance.
From a
That's it.
distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's always been so poignant in my life, and just when she came out with Tom Waits' song "Shiver
Mm-hmm.
Me Timbers,"
Yeah.
that song has been my jam since I was a child, and
Yeah.
Dolly Parton.
Oh,
Oh,
sure. Yeah. We had
Dolly.
I would say she's just a hoot. Yeah, and of course the late Kenny Rogers, they were
Oh
so
yes.
great together. I had an opportunity to, through a public television thing I was doing, had an opportunity to chat with him and do an interview with him. He was just warm and funny and
Oh,
approachable and friendly. You know who we had as a guest? I'd say it's about a month ago now. She was incredible, super talent, legend in so many different genres of music. Amanda McBroom. And Amanda McBroom
yes,
wrote The Rose, which Bet made famous.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, real
Oh
prolific
man,
songwriter. Can you imagine writing a song like that? And then the movie came
the
along, and
movie.
then yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Because
can hear the instrumental of that piano part. It's so poignant. Mhm.
do you love
Mhm.
instrumental music too? Do you listen to all kinds of instrumental material?
Sometimes, if I'm feeling it,
Do you like
I
jazz?
I love jazz, but I
Yeah.
love I love bluesy jazz like Django Reinhardt, Vassar Clements. So if I'm going to listen to someone, I'm going to listen to the legends. Um, and I always thought like Django Reinhardt when he and his wife were in that awful caravan fire and how he lost his fingers and how he does everything with two fingers.
Isn't
I'm
it
going, I
unbelievable?
can barely do things with four fingers.
That's
And
that is funny.
like, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how he does it. He was just such an inspiration for so many people. Like today and
Yeah,
next, century, he will be, a hero for so many people in music.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love Aesop Perlman. I love listening to Aesop Perlman. I could never master his type of
yeah,
ease in playing.
yeah. Yo-Yo Ma. I mean,
Yo-Yo,
yeah,
oh, Yo-Yo Ma. And both of them have been doing so much stuff on, um,
like Zoom type things, and
yes, Zoom
yeah.
type things as well as Facebook. They
Mm-hmm.
go online and they tell you funny stories, and then they'll play a song. And so I encourage you to look that everybody on
Yeah.
listening to this to look them up and listen
And
to their stories.
and Facebook is really changing the game now. I don't know if you had heard. October
Yeah.
1st, they're going to be eliminating just about all music. generally from Facebook, like streaming, and people who have, even if a band that has their own music does it, they have to go through all of these hoops to even prove it's their own music and everything. That starts October 1st that they're doing that.
I
So
know.
yeah,
It's
people are making,
really
it's crazy. Yeah, you think during this time
hard.
it would be the opposite, that they would be a little more open with all that. But I guess for, we do everything on this show. We do music, we do all kinds of different things, not just music. So we're good because we're also doing YouTube and Periscope and Twitch, and right now we're on all of those concurrently along
Hmm.
with the Facebook and YouTube, which is cool. But for those who just rely on that, that's going to be a tough thing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine telling Itzhak Perlman that you can't play? I don't think
Right.
that I don't think
Exactly.
that's not gonna fly.
I really don't think it's going to fly, and there's been such a stink about it
There
anyway.
has
And then
been, yeah. I've heard
so
that. Yeah, yep.
yeah,
It's copyright. It's because of
yeah,
copyright.
copyright.
We even with even doing this, we have to be careful with what we show, like movie clips, film clips, or like if somebody gave us professionally produced music video, then you can get like a copyright claim and all that. It's very
Yeah.
tricky. It's very, even if the person wrote it, owns it, and it's theirs, and they want to share it, sometimes it's tricky because there's the publishing outfit and the
Hmm.
distribution and the label and all these others that are also tied to it. So if it appears somewhere, the artist might say, "Oh, I want to share it. I wrote it. It's mine. I did it." But all those other entities will, they sort of come in and say, "Copyright." That's what happens. We're good. We've been very fortunate here on our show,
Hmm.
but I've heard of different scenarios with folks as well. Marilyn says, "Such a delightful evening. She's loving it in Wichita."
Oh,
Yeah, loving it. And Jennifer Barry, thank you so much for spending time with us. Lacey, so much fun
thank
tonight.
you, Jennifer.
You are multi-talented.
Ah,
So you're really, I mean, you're taking life by the horns. You're really you got your hands in a lot of different projects, a lot of different things, including furthering your own education, which I think is really
mhm.
cool. Tell us a little bit more about being an author, because you have a book that's coming out that you're working on, right?
Yes, yeah, it's a
Very exciting.
series. It's a
Yeah.
series. The first one I wasn't part of, but it is a children's book series that is science based. It's by my with my co-writer Thornton Klein, that also wrote Profile of a Hit Songwriter. The first one actually came out a few weeks ago, but the second one, starting at the second one in January to the 30th book, we have a publishing deal with Intense Publishing. 30 book deal with them, and from the second book to the 30th book, or however many books it goes, it's called the Miss P series, and it is a children's book, sort of elementary age book, and it is a science-based book, and it is based on the true story of a teacher in Lebanon, Tennessee, and about how her wild stories of being a science teacher. And she's taught multiple things, but she was also mainly a science teacher, and her adventures of being a middle school teacher. And the second one is coming out in January. So they'll have a book coming out in August, January, August, January. So the kids will have a new book every single semester. So that's exciting. So come January 2021, please start putting all those orders in.
That is really cool. That's terrific. So it's going to be tied into the educational system. They'll have it as a reference, and
We hope, yeah.
and a 30 book series deal. I mean, most people they're lucky if they get the one, and then we'll see how that goes. But that's
Right.
fantastic. So you're working with a team of people on this project.
Yeah, so it's just there's me and my co-writer Thornton Klein, but the Intense Publications is an incredible team of actually educators, teachers who found this project amazing, and that's why they wanted to do a 30-book series on it. And that team is amazing, and I'm so grateful and so blessed to be working with them. And
That's cool.
they know what teachers want, and they thought this is what they want. So
That is cool. That is cool. So how you fit that in with everything else you're doing? You're good at sort of time management. Sort of comes into play, right? Wouldn't you say?
yeah, well, the first thing I ever learned was that you can't manage time. You can only manage yourself. So
I like that.
what
Yeah.
I
That
yeah,
sounds like another book title.
that does. Thanks. That'll be coming out shortly. No.
That's and when it does, she'll be back.
Yes. um, yeah, I just sort of make sure I write about 1,000 words a day in books that I'm working on. If I'm editing or if I'm ghostwriting, that's another thing that I do. I ghostwrite for other people, and I just make sure at night that's what I do. I edit, I ghostwrite, I write my 1,000 words, 1,000 words to my own books, or I write my songs. Every day is filled with writing. And if I don't do it, I make sure I do 2,000 the next day. So it, it gives and takes. If I'm exhausted, I'm not going to write the 1,000 words, but I will edit something. So there's always a compromise as well. But I just make sure that I am fulfilling goals that I've had put in place every day. Um, but the schools, when I start school again on the 28th with 6 different classes, I'm going to be wiped out. But there will be a single coming out, so be prepared for that sometime
That
soon.
still will be happening. That's
That
right.
still will be happening.
Come heck
Um,
or high water, that is happening.
yes, it is.
That is cool. So you said the 28th, the 28th of when?
September this month.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're going back to school the 28th.
Yes.
There in Nashville, or is it online?
It's
It's
online
all
via
online.
the University of Limerick in Ireland.
So what was it about that university that, drew you in? Just what they're offering, what their
What
programs
they
are?
offer, the program was my dream program from the time I graduated from the first time I went to music school, which is ethnomusicology. And I realized that Chicago has a great program, and Indiana and Florida, even Texas, they have wonderful ethnomusicology programs. But the one at the University of Limerick specifically is designed for crossover artists who have a desire to really educate um, through different ethnic styles. And I can also use my dissertation that I'm doing for my psychology doctorate and tie it in to the ethnomusicology thesis that I'm doing. So tying it in a little bit, not 100%.
Right. Very cool. I
So,
like that. Yeah. Psychology is so a much a part of music too. It really, I mean,
yes.
the two, it's understanding the human condition and all the emotions and the feelings, the nuances that we all get from music are extreme,
Absolutely.
and other forms of art and creativity. So I think that it makes so much sense that you're in both worlds and you've sort of blended them, because there's a whole thing like musical psychology. I know there's a lot of people that there's courses on the
Mhm.
power of music, and psychological study are so interwoven. It's really cool stuff, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I met Dr. Julia Jones. I'm not sure if you're familiar with her. She's over in London, and she's the rock doctor over in UK, and she does the brain studies with aging adults and how rock and roll ties in with neurology. She's incredible. And there's all sorts of songwriting for trauma and loss. And my specific domain is adolescents who've gone through trauma and how songwriting can help them. And that's sort of my domain there. But
Are there
I
for the audience's understanding, for the adolescent that's obviously gone through trauma, are there specific kinds of material that they will relate to, that they absorb, that you would be working on them with?
The goal is to get them to write out their feelings in song form. So it's, we all know about writing our feelings down, or just sort of a brain gush every single night where we write out what's been happening in our lives. But with songwriting, they actually will be able to have a physical copy of of a CD of their product, and
cool.
getting out what they have gone through or what they are going through.
Yeah.
And it's not just poetry, it's actually in song form. And if they don't want to sing it, they don't have to, but they will have a tangible item in their hand saying, I wrote this, I performed it, or I didn't, but I was in the process of it. And now I can move forward. And that's the goal, is to get these adolescents to move forward, to never forget, but to also just, again, like sort of dance through it, so to speak.
It's really what it is. That's a very beautiful thing that you're involved in, because you're really, I mean, you're working with kids at a very crucial time in their lives, especially when there's trauma or loss. They could easily go down the wrong path without realizing it very early on. So it's almost, in a way, like an intercept in a positive way as well, to keep them on a positive track, and realizing that even though there might have been this traumatic situation or the loss of a loved one or another tragedy, there's still life to be lived, and there's still people around who care about them and love them, and there's fabulous things ahead for them, right?
Absolutely. That's what we try to do. And that's the goal. That's the goal with adolescence.
That is really, really cool.
Even bullying is traumatic. And if it's something like that, that's trauma.
Yeah.
Loss of a parent, especially with military families. And that's something that I thought about, is going into, just the military families. But I really wanted it to be a little bit broader with the children. I say children, adolescents.
Yeah.
They're still children, but they want to be treated as something a little bit higher than a child.
Right.
And you have to give them that
toddler.
respect. No, they're not toddlers.
That is funny. Did you want to play one more selection for us before we wrap, or anything? Is there anything you think would be a good to leave it? I love the way you just, excuse me, I'm just hanging out. It comes so natural. I was going to say that before. It's almost like it's a handkerchief or something, like a bib.
Yeah, it's just right there.
It's just, hold that call. I have something to do first.
Yeah.
And it just perfectly, it just sits there.
Yep.
At attention.
There it is. It's ready to be played. Speaking of me. Well, I'll leave it on something a little bit slower, a little bit more poignant. This is always a big, I guess, show-stopping tear-jerker, whatever. But yeah, I'll leave you with this one.
Okay. I think it's muted, probably muted. That was so incredibly moving and so deep. I almost feel like I didn't even hear it. How did you do that? I mean, you are, I mean, it was so deep that I can't even, whew, that's just, I mean, it was like you were on a cloud.
Yeah. Okay. I think my earbuds. The truth of the matter is my earpods lost battery.
See now, again, if this was stage or television, radio or something else, that could still happen, but probably not. But Welcome to the internet. Anything happens
Here we go.
in our living rooms. All right.
Okay, let's
Ta
try this again.
Take two with sound. Absolutely. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So elegantly played. Jen is Zen. Very nice.
Thank you. Wow.
R Really, really nice. Beautiful. What was that again? You were
That was called
saying?
Bygone Days. Um, it's a Eileen Ivers tune that she kind of brought back, and she's one of my favorite fiddlers from Ireland.
It shows your range. Absolutely beautiful. It just shows the range that you have. You can really take on almost really anything. The thing is, you stay true to the form, but you make it your own, don't you?
Right. Yeah, I always I want to make sure it's true to form, but me, like you said.
Absolutely. Beautiful comments coming in here. We'll
Um,
Ernestine in California. No, wrong coast. North Carolina. North Carolina. Lacey, you're a very smart, energetic, talented young lady. You're certainly a busy one with all that you do. That's right, absolutely. But you're loving life, right? You're giving it, you're living it. Life is short.
yeah.
Life is short. You got to live it and pay it forward. Marilyn says, "Wow, beautiful." I like the way you master things, and I'm very similar to that way. You know, I have my hands in a million different things, and people are like, how do you manage this? How do you manage that? Like even doing this, like every night of the week, balancing it with my professional work. People are like, how are you doing this show like every single night? But I love it. It's fantastic, you know?
Oh, thank you, Renee.
Really nice comments. Yeah, magical, such talent. What a way to end the show. That was beautiful, Lacey. Beautiful. Sherry says, so beautiful. Thank you, Lacey. Stunning playing. Very nice. Elegantly played. Really cool stuff. Rini in New York. Magical. When you see feedback like that from folks, that must really touch you, huh?
It does, because number one, I haven't seen people Haven't been able to play and so play in front of people or play for people for so long, and it just warms my heart. And it also is, validation, because as artists, we need that validation, and we don't often talk about why and how we need it, but we do need it. And I think that's the first thing that we have to say is, yes, we do need that validation. And tonight has been so magical. And I thank you so much, Jim, and all of you for, welcoming me so much. It's just thrilling. Made the 2020.
It was the topper. It took all the way till September for that to happen, right?
It was meant to happen in September.
It was supposed to happen in September. My birthday month too, next week. Kind of cool. Thank you. And many more. Love it. Lots of levity on this show. That's the first happy birthday so far, and it came from Lacey Carpenter in Nashville. Cool. Love it. More comments coming in here before we take off. Thank you, Lacey. You are the real deal. Heart pops out in joy with your music. Kathleen Walker, thank you, Lacey. So talented. Kathy, thank you so much, Lacey, for sharing your evening with us. Lacey, thank you. Come back. Yes. She will. We will definitely have her. That made me think too. Have you done or would you do Christmas music? Christmas CD? Yeah, Christmas. Do you like to do Christmas as well?
I love Christmas. I'm in the process of doing a Christmas production right now that I got put in charge of with pre-K through 8th grade, but I am all for Christmas. I love writing Christmas music, and playing Frosty the Snowman is my favorite song, like to play on the fiddle because it's fun. So yes, Christmas music all the way. Let's do it.
Do you have the fiddle there where you could play just a couple of notes of Frosty?
Let's see.
That would be cool. Because you know what? People are saying because of what's going on this year, they actually want Christmas now to put them in a good mood.
I get it. Let's see. There you go.
Really nice. That's fantastic. That'll be on the next album, folks. Stay tuned. No, that's really nice. There's something when you hear Christmas music, all of a sudden you just feel really, really good.
Oh, it does. It makes you smile.
Absolutely. More comments coming in. Come back soon. You're a lovity now on the Jim Masters Show. Sherry has dubbed you that, as everybody else has. Marilyn in Wichita, Kansas, thank you so much for sharing with all us lovities. And we have a lot of fun on this show. I tell you, it's really cool. The show's a lot of work, like to put it all together all day long with the stuff that I do professionally in TV and radio. But just having such a grand time doing this and bringing this community of people around the world together to put smiles on people's faces. And we don't take ourselves too seriously, though we do get into good, deep conversations and everything as well. And we always learn something new with the show, and it's still growing, and like anything in life, fine-tuning, morphing, growing as we go along. But it's such a blessing to have something like this created. And even Merlin says, thank you for becoming a lovity.
Oh.
Cool, isn't it?
So easy.
I just stumbled on the word because I was saying the show's about light, love, and levity. This was about 2 months ago. And I said levity, and then everybody's like, oh my God, wait, no, I love that word. I love the word. And the guests love it. And everybody's like, so it became sort of one of the mantras for the show.
I love it.
Thank you for sharing. We're going to get mugs and T-shirts and the whole bit, I guess. They're all asking for it. Where's my mug? Where's my levity T-shirt? Thank you for sharing your amazing story, Lacey. Continue to share your special gift. God bless you. That's Crystal Nolan, who's in Connecticut. Very beautifully said. And Ernestine, thanks for entertaining us tonight with your lovely music. Christine Clifton in North Carolina. Lacey is one that can play it all. Definitely multi-talented, kind, and fun. Terrific songs performed live. Enjoyed learning more about you. Thanks for your time with us. You are a lovety. See, I knew that already, folks. When she and I first met, I knew she was a lovety. That's what I said. You got to hop on this train here, Lacey, because you're going to absolutely love it. And
I'm so excited. I'm on the tracks. We're going.
That's it. That's it. Kathy says Merry Christmas. Now that you played,
Christmas.
you got Frosty in there, and Jennifer and her Ken. They named their gold VW convertible Beetle Frosty because it's so cool. Ha ha.
Love it.
There's that Irish wit. Elizabeth Callahan is here watching on YouTube. Welcome on Jim Masters TV. Hi, Lacey. Your music is amazing. What advice do you have for other young violinists and fiddlers?
Oh, enjoy the struggle. Enjoy the struggle. Enjoy the process. Like everybody else on here was saying, enjoy the process, even though sometimes when you first start off and you're not sounding good, and you know what? Some days you're just not going to sound good, but that's okay. Enjoy it and know that you'll be better tomorrow or 10 years from now, but enjoy the process and go through it. You got to hop on that train. Like you said, Jim.
Absolutely. Yeah. Where do you think all that comes from? Is it your upbringing, your parents, the family structure, this passion, this thirst for life, this understanding of, people and the human condition?
I think it's just life in general. I had an interesting childhood, and that's for the next show, I'm sure. But it was I'm grateful for that childhood, and I'm so thankful for my mom, and she's amazing, and just the people around me. Like you said, it takes a village, and not just to raise a kid, but to just make sure that they do what they love. And so I'm very grateful for the people in my life that have pushed me to do what I truly, truly love, which is music and psychology. And so it's just everything. I think it's just everything that ties together.
What are some of the things that continue to inspire you to do what you do on a daily basis?
The weather. I know that sounds really weird. The weather and how it changes, because the weather is like music. It changes. And people, my students, my mom, my friends, my tribe here in Nashville, the people that teach me, the people that believed in me when, one of my greatest mentors was Dr. Isidore Soslov. He's passed on now, but he believed in me more than I believed in myself. And I got a Juilliard audition. Clearly I didn't make it, but I got 5 auditions and I got over there. And then they said they wanted cellist. Anyway, but just that belief that so many people have in me. Some of those people who are like, oh, from Texas, those are some of my grandest of fans and friends, and they're watching tonight, and also here in Nashville, they're watching. And without them, they continue to inspire me. And people like you, Jim, you inspire me. You work hard at everything that you do, and I did my homework too, so I know all about you. And people that just live life to the fullest, they inspire me. Especially my students inspire me, and they're 3rd and 4th graders, and they just, everything that I say is apparently funny, and so I can't stop them from laughing, because laughing is how you learn. And if you're not laughing and having fun, they're not going to be able to play the violin as well as I want them to be playing the violin. And so, yeah, there's so much that was very broad, Jim.
but well said and threaded beautifully with no pauses. It was really, really perfectly said. And thank you. I appreciate the kind words as well. And you do have, and I thought of it earlier too, and it's funny that your kids picked it up. You do have a comedic
Oh,
side
yeah.
because I'm not very much. I always look for the line or the joke or something just to break the ice to sort of tamper things down to lower the heat in a room. I'm usually the person that when there's chaos going on, I come into a studio or whatever it is, and they're like, Jim's here. Jim's gonna like calm it down. He's gonna make us laugh. He's gonna roll up his sleeves. He's not gonna like want anything. He's gonna help us build and create this thing. And you're like that too. You seem like a roll up the sleeves type. And whenever you can lighten the load and maybe infuse a little levity in there too, you do it because you do have a comedic side.
I do. When I try, it never works. But
Right. If you just have to let it happen.
yeah, let it flow. And it's like a good rap song. If it doesn't flow, then it's not going to be good rap. So you just gotta have to let it flow.
That's exactly right. Kathleen, who you have Irish in you, I have Irish in me as well. So does she in New York. She says, you are a bright light. Music can be healing and lift our spirits when need be. Thank you again for sharing your gift.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you, Kathleen. And Kathleen has been, she's actually a personal friend. We were actually on the Rachel Ray show together
okay.
about a year or so ago. It was really cool. She lives in New York and we're actually real friends. She's been, God bless her because she's been with the show since the beginning and I've known her for years, but she's been with the show the last several nights as well. But about a week ago, her mother passed away. And sort of in a, she was ill, but yet she wasn't, 95. So she's still going through that. And these shows, especially this week with you and some of our other guests, have really been, because she'll text me later on and she's been really touched by what's happening on these shows, which is just another, and I'm very happy that Kathleen is getting that from all of this. But I think it just reminds us that the work that we do as creative people, as public people, we don't even see it as work. It's an extension of who we are. But when we are able to touch and reach people at the best of times and the not so best of times, it's really, that's something you can't even put in words, right?
Right. I had a few friends on there that have just lost their parents as well. So Kathleen, my condolences and thank you so much. So that's hearts and loves and to you, Kathleen. And
Marilyn in Wichita says, I feel very grateful to have gotten to enjoy your tremendous talent this evening. Thank you. That's beautiful words. Really, really beautiful words. And go with the flow.
go with the flow.
Motto. Yep, that's
Oh,
that's what it is. I tell you, it's I like sound. You're very good with that. Yeah, yeah, me too. I like so like a little hiccup, right?
yeah.
What sound? Sound? I didn't hear anything. It's good stuff. This was awesome, just as I knew it would be, and it was really a cool night. And what I like about it is with this show, nothing is scripted. There's no pre-planned questions. Some people say, "Oh, is it an interview when I come on?" I'm like, "No, it's a conversation. It's fun. It's like, as if we've known each other for 20 years and we're hanging out in the living room or at a cafe or a pub or whatever, and we're having a good time, and all these folks around the world happen to be along for the ride with us, and whatever happens and the flow of doing it all just sort of comes together. So we've got a format, we've got a structure to the show, but nothing is locked in, and nothing is all right, let me ask you this question and you answer it, let me ask this question, you answer it. It's a conversation, just like music. You let it flow,
Exactly.
and that's the best way to do it. Jennifer says, so much fun tonight.
Good.
She's double zen tonight. Well, my friend Lacey, I toast you for sure. We always toast the viewers and then we always toast the guests.
Toast.
Cool, good, excellent. You've been watching these shows. You know we do this. Ching ching, cheers, slancha, everything. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anything in there or?
Water.
Very good. This Trader Joe's iced tea lemonade is so good.
I'm gonna make a trip to Trader Joe's. Way out yonder on the other side of me, but it's
Oh,
always
I
yeah.
like that.
Wait.
Out yonder on the other side.
Yeah. You can tell it from the south.
I was going to say, for the folks on the East Coast and the West Coast, she means it's a few miles away. Cool stuff. I love it. You got to laugh. You got to have fun, right?
Yeah.
Hearts from Kathleen to you for that nice comment that you said to her about the passing of her mom. Beautiful stuff. Lacey just became a double lovity.
Oh, wow.
Holy cow, we're really advancing her. She's going up the ranks quick. Cheers to a great show tonight. Thank you, Kathy. Thanks to all of you for watching as well. My friend, thanks a million for taking all this time, especially I know it's busy and you're getting ready for, the schooling to start. I'm glad we were able to have you come on now before you really get, in the thick of all of that. And you were brilliant. Your musicianship, your talent, your care and attention to detail, your wonderful commentary and conversation. Spectacular. And the door's always open. You're welcome back anytime. Let's stay in touch, even, off air. I'd love to do that. And hopefully one day we'll get together and, break bread and catch up either on the East Coast or Nashville or whatever it is. I'd love to do that. Yeah, compare notes. And a really cool night, really, really cool night. And I hope it met all your expectations and you enjoyed it as much as I did with you.
Yes, it exceeded the expectations. I knew it was going to be amazing, and I'm it's been incredible. It's a journey, and I loved it, and I can't wait to do it again and get to meet you in person. That would be awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. We will do that. We will definitely do that. You heard it here, folks. Cheers to a great show tonight, and lots of hearts from Merlin in Canada for Lacey. Awesome. Well, my friend. 2 hours and 13 minutes. Not bad, huh? But it didn't seem like that, right?
No.
Not at all.
I don't even know the time. So that's
And you're an hour back, right? So it's 9:15 here, you're 8:15.
Yeah, I'm 8:15. So that's good.
Your night's just getting started.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Well, thanks, my friend. It was a blessing. It was a pleasure. Thanks for all of the time again, all the fun, levity, entertainment, and great conversation. And we wish you well. Best to your mom, Sylvia, watching as well. And everybody in Nashville and Texas that's watching, all your friends and fans, and all of ours as well, coming together. One big, happy, lovely family here. And you have a great night, and we will see you again real soon, okay?
Goodbye, everyone. Bye, Jim.
Don't you hate goodbyes?
I know.
I hate them.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Sayonara. Ciao.
Ciao.
Take care, my friend. We'll see you again.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Amazing, huh? Wasn't she awesome? I knew you guys would love her. Yes. And thank you very much, Sylvia Carpenter. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and I hope you'll watch regularly. We are here every night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. This is an entertainment lifestyle talk show series. I am your host, Jim Masters. A pleasure to have you here, and thanks for sharing your lovely daughter with us. She is absolutely amazing. Really, really a good-hearted soul. I'm glad she and I connected, and we put this together, and really, really wonderful. She enjoyed it. I did, and all the lovelies. Good night, Lacey. Wonderful to meet you, Lacey. Thank you for being you and for entertaining us. If you want to see this episode again or any of the 19 weeks of episodes of the Jim Masters Show live, just go right to YouTube, Jim Masters TV. They're all there. And we would love it if you would subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. That would be awesome. Extra lovity to you if you do, and click the notification bell so you don't miss anything, because we post a lot of content on that channel, this series plus other cool things as well. And Lacey is awesome. She's a mountain woman like me. Really, really cool. Just a good-hearted, authentic soul, very talented, and you'll be seeing more of her. We'll have her back too. All these guests, we love, what happens is after the show, we usually chat either on the phone or we text each other or email or whatever, and we stay in touch. So a lot of the guests have already said, I want to come back. So that's great. So we make a comfortable environment for them and hopefully a comfortable environment for you. And some of you asked about Willie. Yes, I've heard from Willie. She actually wrote to me today. Willie needs rest. So she is watching the shows on YouTube, which is perfect. She doesn't miss any of the shows. She's watching all the shows on YouTube. She wrote to me today personally, which I think is awesome, and we chatted. So she's watching the shows on YouTube because for her it's 1 a.m. And when we start, it's 7 here, which is great. It's 4 on the West Coast. But and even if it was Ireland and England, Scotland, maybe midnight-ish, and Australia, it's morning, but Netherlands and deeper in, it gets into like 1 a.m. So she doesn't want to miss the show. She loves the series, but she is watching on YouTube, which I encourage folks to do that as well, to watch these on YouTube as well. If you miss the live show, the YouTube archive is there for you with all the episodes. So Willie is watching. She sends her love, and I told her, I said, you should rest, actually. You don't have to worry about catching us at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's perfectly fine. Don't worry about that, rest. And, so if you're looking for Willie, she is on YouTube. She says, I'll be watching tonight, tomorrow. So she's catching up from last night, and I think she saw last night's, and she saw the night before. She saw Daniel Kaner live from London, and then she saw Donna Vivino, the Broadway star. So she's still in the mix, and she's going to be here Sunday live because Sunday we're doing it 1 in the afternoon. I just want to remind you of a couple of show-related announcements. Amazing guest tomorrow. Tomorrow we have an amazing guest. We're just rolling out all these incredible guests. And we have so many incredible people that are coming on. This is Arnie Burton. He is an extraordinary actor. He's going to be here tomorrow. He's all excited. We're going to have a lot of fun with him. And then live and direct from Argentina. Yes, from Argentina is Ramiro Tejada. He is an incredible jazz singer, a real crooner, almost like an Argentine version of a Bublé a little bit, Michael Bublé. He approached me and he asked if he can come on the show because he's watched the show. He loves it. He watches it in Argentina and he performs. He lives in Argentina. So he is going to be here Saturday night live from Argentina. This is Ramiro Tejada. And again, he's a wonderful crooner, jazz singer, and so much more. He's going to be here exclusively on Saturday. Then on Sunday, we are doing something really cool and special. It's all about food and host chat. Our show on Sunday is going to be early. It's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. We're doing it earlier on Sunday. So look for us if you're around 1 o'clock. We didn't do it earlier than 1 o'clock because we know a lot of people go to church and they don't get out of church in time. So we have it 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And we're doing a foodie festival and host chat. So a lot of people are sending pictures to us here at the show that we're going to show during the show. And we'll have food here on set. You guys maybe can have your lunch or what have you. But if you have food photos that you want to send to the show that you would like us to show on camera, feel free to email them to jimmasterstv@gmail.com. That is the show's email address, jimmasterstv@gmail.com, because we're going to show them all. And recipes, too. A lot of people are sending special recipes and things of that nature. So I will share those with our worldwide audience this Sunday on the Jim Masters Show Live on YouTube and Facebook. And that'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. It's going to be a really fun show. I know a lot of people are excited about it. If you want to get food pictures to us that we will show on camera, if you want to get some recipes that you want to share that we display on camera as well, the cutoff is Saturday night, this Saturday night at midnight, 12 a.m. Eastern, because we'll need time on Sunday morning to be able to download and then upload all of the photos and recipes into our system so we can display them on Sunday. The photo you're seeing there is actually from one of my professional host jobs. This is actually a lifestyle travel TV series I host on CBS and CW affiliates. And we were on a TV shoot there at a fabulous vineyard. That's along the Connecticut coast, that fabulous vineyard. So that's actually a shot from my professional work hosting that lifestyle travel TV series. But it's perfect for this foodies event we're doing. Foodie Festival Host Chat, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, this Sunday. Again, if you want to get some, a lot of you have sent photos. Even Willie sent some cool photo shots of food. Christine has, others have. Anne, jimmasterstv@gmail.com is our show's address. By midnight Saturday, if we can get them by midnight Saturday, if not sooner, we will include them on the show. Some of you have also sent pictures of your gardens and your flowers and things of that nature. If you don't have any food shots, even though it's a food-themed, cool, fun episode, host chat episode we're going to do on Sunday, you can send those as well. You know, if you want to show the garden or other things, your grandchild, whatever it may be, just make sure you label it if you email it, so then when we show it, we can say what it is that we're showing and what we're looking at. So it's going to be a very interactive show on Sunday. Again, our Sunday show is going to be a special episode we're doing for you because you guys have been asking for something like this for a long time. So rather than just do a quick pop-up, we're actually going to do a show at 1 o'clock on Sunday. It's going to be really, really cool. On Monday, live and direct from the Netherlands, this is Bastian Steven. He's an incredible singer, songwriter. He specializes in soul and pop. He's going to be performing live, and my special guest from the Netherlands. That's right, singer, songwriter, recording artist, specializing in pop and soul. He is here exclusively this Monday. That's right, this Monday, Bastian Steven, live and direct from Europe, from the Netherlands. We're really excited about that. Then on Tuesday, next week, Tuesday, award-winning journalist, veteran network television news anchor, reporter, radio reporter and anchor, author, and so much more. This is Rita Cosby. You've seen her on network television. You've probably heard her on the radio, probably read her books. She's extraordinary. She's actually a close friend. She's hopping on board as a guest this Tuesday exclusively. We're very excited about that. And she has a major announcement that she's going to be sharing with us here on the show. A really cool thing. She does a lot of work with veterans and so much more. She's really a giving person and a dear friend. This again is Rita Cosby, network journalist, radio host, author, and so much more. And she is here on Tuesday. And then, of course, on the Thursday of next week, I can't believe it's already Thursday of next week, the birthday. And Lacey Carpenter was gracious enough to play on the fiddle Happy Birthday already, which we loved, and many more. She did that too. These guys are legends in soul, Motown, and more. They are the voices of classic soul. Members of the Temptations, the Four Tops, the Platters, and the Drifters. Guess what? They're going to be here live. They are going to perform too. It's going to be really cool on Thursday, September 24th, which just happens to be your host's birthday, which is really cool. Again, they're all coming. They're going to be here live. They are big fans of our show. They love the show. They love the vibe, and I'm really happy about that. And they want to hop on, so they're going to be here Thursday, actually a week from tonight. Wow. This week's going to go by fast. Wow, counting the days. I think Christine Clifton knows the days better than me. She's been counting them down. I've been so busy. There they are. Again, the Voices of Classic Soul are going to be here a week from tonight on September 24th. They are legends music legends, and we're so excited to have them here on the show. Once again, we thank our very special guest, incomparable Lacey Carpenter, champion fiddler, multi-instrumentalist, speaker, author, and singer-songwriter, and so much more. She graced us with her talent and her time tonight, and we say thank you very, very much. As always, don't forget to smile, everybody. Put a smile on your face. That will put a smile on others. Find your Zen place, which Jennifer Barry always talks about. Mine is the ocean, because we live here along the coast and grew up near the coast, so the ocean is my go-to place. And don't forget to relax. We show this at the end of every broadcast. Relax, breathe from the diaphragm, take care of one another, love one another, not just during pandemic times, but do it as often as you can. Even if you don't feel like it, try to put a smile on your face if you can. Lift somebody else up. Hopefully our show does that for you with some levity and information, education, and entertainment. We're working hard behind the scenes to have that happen every night. Hope you relax, hope you breathe, and hope you take time for yourself, as well as share that time with others. It's a really important thing to do. We're going to wrap up. We've got a busy day tomorrow, and then Saturday and Sunday, and we're getting ready for that big food festival show on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Again, if you have photos of food, recipes you want to share, you can email them to jimmasterstv@gmail.com by midnight this Saturday. That is the 19th Eastern time, so we can, on Sunday morning, get them into our system so we can show them. If you don't have any food pictures or recipes, but you want to show a few things, if you have family photos, or several of you have sent flower photos, gardens, things of that nature, because we've talked about that Green Thumb Jim here. Feel free to do that too. We'll just make it a fun day, but the theme is going to be food. We're going to have some cool foods here too. I wish you could join me here, and I wish I could be there with you, but we sort of are. We just have this one filter of a lens, that's all, but we'll pretend we're all together. All right, gang, we're going to wrap up. Thanks, Jim. You are very, very welcome, and thank you. Lots of smiles tonight, Jim. Have a great evening. I appreciate that. Sounds like I'm missing a great week. I'm on the road, but we'll sure to watch the replays. Yes. Hopefully we don't make you too hungry, Kathy. And you could always watch on your phone. And if you're on the road and you stop off for food somewhere, take your phone and take a picture of the food and say, there's my contribution. I'm having a cheeseburger at, In-N-Out or something, or Wendy's. There's my contribution, Jim. Enjoy your weekend as well. You're in PJs. Night. Good. You enjoyed yourself, and she loves the mountains like you do as well. Cool stuff. Thanks for a fantastic evening with Lacey, included in her exceptional music. We look forward to the upcoming shows as well. I must announce the Countdown Voices of Classic Soul. Jim's birthday is 1 week from tonight. She's been keeping track. Which I love. It's been fantastic. She started keeping track the minute I announced it, I think a month ago. She says, okay, that's 30 days. Now that's 29 days. Which I think is awesome. Good night, Jim. See you tomorrow. We love to hear that. We will be here with the incredible actor Arnie Burton, and then Ramiro Tejada live and direct from Argentina on Saturday. That's really cool. He's going to sing. He's all excited. He's ready to go, and he's going to sing live and direct from his home in Argentina. That's going to be, he approached me and we chatted, and really cool. Hey, our guest is even commenting. Now that's terrific. She's on the ball. Thank you all so much. It was such a blast to be on the show. Lovity, hashtag Jim Masters, hashtag Lovities. If you'd like to find out more about my music page, Lacey Carpenter Music. So check that out, everybody. Lacey Carpenter Music. I'm going to be as well, and got to get some of those CDs. You know me. I've mentioned I'm a huge music person, musician, vocalist. I collect music. We actually have a climate-controlled storage bin that we pay monthly for that has tons. Well, it has a lot of my career stuff in it. A lot of video and film and stuff that's there. So it's in climate control. Shows I've hosted, things over the years, interviews, different things I've done. But in there's also sealed LPs, reel-to-reel tapes of music, cassettes, CDs, all kinds of stuff. So we're going to add some of Lacey's music to our repertoire as well. Can't wait. Fun times ahead. And foodie on, what are you going to make, Jennifer Barry? Send us a picture, jimmasterstv@gmail.com, of some food or recipes. We will include it. Hope food makes you zen. Chris is here. Hey, Chris. Good to see you. Love the show from Chris Satori Show USA. Love it. Great to have you with us, and hopefully you'll be here with us as often as you can. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. On YouTube at Jim Masters TV, Facebook at Jim Masters TV, Periscope, and Twitch as well at Jim Masters TV. Good night, everyone. You as well. Good night. Good night. Good night. Renee's doing double duty. She's on a Zoom call while watching our show. That is real loyalty. Good night, Renee in Iowa. We love having you here as well. You're also always sharing the links and tagging and doing all that cool stuff. Food is zen. Debating, not sure yet. Make it exciting. You talk a lot about food, so make it exciting. Kathleen, my pleasure, and I'm glad that you found some healing and some comfort with this show. And I think Lacey's comments were absolutely beautiful to you as well, with the recent loss. So, yeah, and of course, you know how I feel. So have a great night, Jim. Kathleen, again, thank you so very, very much. You as well, and we'll be talking probably tomorrow morning. Sherry says, another fantastic interview. Jim, you always have the best guests. Thank you for all the hard work you do to bring these amazing shows to us in our living rooms. From our home studio to yours. Thank you very much, Sherry. I appreciate that. Marilyn, good night, Jim, and thank you for all you do to bring us these shows every night. You're special. Thank you. I appreciate that. As are you. I think all of you are as well. Ernestine says, good night, Jim, and all the lovities. You as well, Ernestine. Merlin, night, night, Jim, and all the lovities. You as well. Sleep well there in Innerkip, Ontario, Canada. I interviewed, actually, 2 guests this week on the radio shows, on Close Up Radio, both from the Ontario area. Yes, very, very nice people. We actually on the radio shows, we've interviewed a lot of people from Canada, but these 2 in the last 24 hours are from the Ontario area, and they're all, they're experts in their respected fields. That's one of my professional jobs, is close-up television and radio in New York. So that's cool, and you're right there in that area. Thank you very much. Ernestine, Crystal, you as well. Good night, Jim, and everyone. Thank you for a fantastic show. Not all shows show the comments, but I like to. We try to get to as many as we can. Sometimes what actually happens is this moves so fast that some go up and out, and they're there, but I don't see them till later. If I have a chance to look at them later after the show, I'm like, oh, wow, that person commented, or that one said that. Oh, I wish I saw that, because it's so busy with the comments. And then, of course, I'm talking to the guests and we're doing everything else. Lacey is awesome. She absolutely is. You got it. Definitely. All right. So good stuff. Nice wrap up here. Good comments. We appreciate it. Love all the lovity. Carla, good night. See you, Jim, and the gang Friday night. Thank you very much, Carla. We love having you there. In Brazil, you're going to love Ramiro Tejada from Argentina. He's here on Saturday night. I know you'll probably definitely be here for that. It's going to be cool. Hit it, meaning play it again, Sam. You want us to play the Jim Masters singers and orchestra theme show music, right? Let's all sing along to the theme to our series here that Jen loves. She dances in her living room. That means you dance twice. You were dancing to Lacey's fabulous music, and now you're going to dance to our theme, to our show. Thanks. Good night, Jim and all lovities. You as well. All right. Make it exciting. You got it. We sure will. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. And your wish is my command, Jennifer. Our Jim Masters singers and orchestra are going to be playing the theme, Masters Out, the theme, in just a second. Thanks, gang. We appreciate it. It's always wonderful having you here. We really appreciate all your time and attention, or your love and support. It means a lot. It really does. We do soak it all in, and makes us work harder with this series we've created here in this wonderful community. Keep spreading the word. We'll keep building it so more and more people can enjoy the cool vibes and the levity that you're experiencing, as I am as well. This has exceeded my expectations as well. I mean, I had a certain expectation of how I wanted all this to come about and gel, and we work hard on that, but it just continues to exceed the expectations. Thanks. Good night, Jim, and all lovelies. You as well, Christine. And you as well, Jennifer. All right. That's a wrap. Jim Masters here, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Special time earlier, food festival and host chat. One more time, got the photos of any kind, food, recipes, grandchildren, gardening, whatever it is, jimmasterstv@gmail.com by Saturday night, the 19th, this Saturday, by midnight Eastern, so we can get them into the system. All right, that's it. That's it. We're going to play it again, Sam, for Jennifer, who is going to be jumping out of her couch once again for the second time tonight, and she's going to dance to our theme song with the Jim Masters Singers and Orchestra. They don't really sing, there's sort of ooh and ah in that song. Perfect. Good night, everyone. Fiddle on. Fiddle on. I love that. And Gilligan says good night as well. Gilligan and Company. All right, gang. We love you all. You take care. Thanks for watching this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. We'll be here tomorrow night. Hope you are too. Good night. See you tomorrow.